how did a pipeline deal in Alberta lead to a language controversy in Quebec? Because that's just what happened, and it took less than a week. It started November 27th when the federal government announced a deal that paved the way for a pipeline from Alberta to the BC coast. That horrified former federal Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault, who had already learned through a CBC report that the federal government intended to relax some of its environmental regulations as part of the deal. In case you don't know, before entering politics, Guilbeault was known as an environmentalist, helping to found Equiterre and taking part in some attention-grabbing stunts with Greenpeace. Guilbeault made the jump into politics in 2019 and was named Environment Minister in 2021, a title he held until earlier this year. And on November 27th, he resigned from cabinet altogether. A few days later, he told Radio-Canada's talk show Tout, monde, parle that the Alberta pipeline deal was the last straw.
Il y a tellement de choses que j'aurais voulu pouvoir faire avec eux autres encore. Le sacrifice de faire ça, le prix était trop payé.
When he resigned, Guilbeault was Minister of Canadian Culture and Identity and Minister of Official Languages. Prime Minister Mark Carney quickly gave the official languages file to another Quebec MP, Mark Miller, who was Immigration Minister under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. On Miller's second day in cabinet, December 2nd, he told reporters the language issue in Quebec was very complex and noted that French is precarious throughout North America. He notably did not say that French is in decline. And he said,
Comme Québécois, je suis assez tanné de ce débat qui est généralement identitaire.
Miller has said things like this before, preferring to say that French is a language under threat rather than in decline. But his new comments prompted a pretty serious reaction from Quebec Premier François Legault.
Mark Miller, là, c'est une honte pour tous les Québécois. Je ne sais pas comment il va faire pour se présenter dans une activité culturelle au Québec.
That same day, representatives of several Quebec cultural associations welcomed Miller as culture minister. That prompted Parti Québécois leader Paul Saint-Pierre Plamondon to come out on social media and say that he was embarrassed and ashamed that anyone would have anything positive to say about Mark Miller. And he accused those groups of disloyalty to Quebec. He said Miller is one of the people responsible for Quebec's linguistic decline. Now, Saint-Pierre Plamondon's comments have drawn their own backlash from his political opponents, and it continues. So that's how an Alberta pipeline deal led to a linguistic controversy in Quebec.